4th and goal to go to 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
Here is Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
Now, of course, you get this. Of course, you wind up seeing so many people, put in Jackson Dart. Is Russ Wilson to blame? Yeah, yada, yada, yada. I mean, some of it is obviously is yes, but some of, what happened yesterday, right, is, some of it, the Giant had a couple drops. There were not many, but, he can't perform. He's not good under pressure. He's not good with people, right? And laying his feet. He's 5'11". He's not that tall. I mean, if he was like 6'4", 6'5", he was an extra half a foot taller. Maybe even guys got close to him, he could still maybe see over the field, right? Like with Drew Brees, you get pressure on Drew Brees up the middle. Drew Brees was short, right? You give him a good pocket, right? That's why a lot of times the Saints, when they had Drew Brees there, a lot of times they would get high draft picks on offensive linemen. But I mean, unlike the Giants would draft offensive linemen high, and a lot of times it doesn't work out. The Saints would draft offensive linemen high, and it would work out, right? But they would get it. They knew that the team went around Drew Brees. As Drew Brees could complete passes, they could score points and all that. But you got to keep a short quarterback. You got to where he can look down the field, and he can't look down the field if there's a guy a yard away from him. Right? Those guys are huge, absolutely huge. So I mean, part of it's Russell Wilson's fault. Part of it's the offensive line fault. As Daboll said, that Wilson's a starting quarterback for week 2 against the Cowboys. Going to be interesting to see, how the season goes. If and when Dart winds up getting put in there. Now, apparently, Dart did have there were some plays Dart had, a package, shall we say, but I guess it never wound up coming to fruition, right? Hopefully Wilson, plays better. Hopefully the offensive line plays better against the Cowboys. The Cowboys did a very good job against the Eagles. Their run defense was very, very good, right? Doesn't look like the Giants are going to have a cakewalk trying to run the ball, right? The problem also is that, the Cowboys are probably going to put up some points, right? So that's what's going to put some pressure on, the Giants, obviously, to put up some points to try to, they score a touchdown, we score a touchdown. They score a touchdown, we score. They're going to put up some points. I mean, don't look for the Giants to go in there and, just give up 10 points and we'll win the game 13-10. I mean, a good chance the Cowboys are going to score in the 20s, right? And we got to do the same, right? As what it was said, unfortunately, we look to see the long moon ball from Wilson yesterday. Well, that really wasn't the case. A lot of the quick stuff, they said a good portion of his throws were, unfortunately, didn't even reach the sticks. So they better figure something out. I know that what they would try to do is try to get the ball out of Wilson's hand fast because he does take sacks, right? Doesn't want to throw the interception, doesn't throw the ball in harm's way, so he does take sacks. So they try to get the ball out of his hands fast. But you need those explosive plays. I forgot what the percentage was. I can't remember. It goes up exponentially if you complete a pass of or a play of 15 yards or more on a drive, just one. The chance of you scoring goes up a lot. It's so difficult to dink and dunk your way down the field, a 5-yard completion on first down, pick up 3 yards on a run, pick up 2 yards on a run, 10 yards first down. pick up 3 yards, pick up 6 yards, pick up 3 yards, first down. Pick up 2 yards, pick up 2 yards, pick up 7 yards, first down. Pick up, it's so difficult to do that all the way down the field. Usually a sack, a penalty, or drop pass or something just blows that out of the water. It's so important to get those big chunk plays, right? Now, let's see. Let me see here. Here we go. All right, play by play. Here we go. Now let's look on the Commanders. Okay, they finally scored it. They got a touchdown here. Okay, it's weird. There was only 3 possessions in the first quarter. I said they scored a touchdown. Let's see here. Did they 6-yard, 34-yard pass? Okay, and I think somebody had a metric. I think it was at least 15 yards. Usually, if you can get a 20-yarder, that's really good. But somebody, I can't remember who was, does all kinds of metrics and everything. He said, if you can get at least one play of 15 yards, the chances of you scoring goes up immensely. Now, on the Commanders' first touchdown, they had a 6-yard run, 34-yard pass play, 8-yard run, an 18-yard pass play, an 8-yard run, 4-yard run, 4-yard run, 7-yard touchdown. And that was 7-yard touchdown pass. That was after. That's when Muasau went in the game, right? So they had 2 plays of over 15 yards on that drive. Not one negative play. Not one incompletion, nothing. Walked right down the field, just like butter. 7-yard touchdown pass. Okay, so then let's go to their second touchdown, which happened in the second quarter. Let's see what they had. 11-yard run, and we had a sack, which usually is a drive killer. Nope. And they had a 16-yard pass play, so they had one play of at least 15 yards. 5-yard penalty, 5-yard penalty, another sack. Then they had a 13-yard pass, 11-yard, 6-yard touchdown run. So they had, let's see here, 5-yard pass with the penalty on Washington Brown, offensive offside. Okay. Nunez Roaches had defensive holding. Okay, so they had one. They had one. They had a 16-yard play. So there was another on their other scoring drive, their second scoring drive. They had at least one play of 15 yards. But they had 11. They had one double digit. They had a 16-yard, another double digit. They had a 13-yard pass play. They had an 11-yard run. So they had 4 plays on that drive, and we even had 2 sacks. 2 sacks or 1 sack. We had 2 sacks on one drive. That should automatically be a drive killer. Nope. They had 4 plays of double-digit yards, and one of them was over 15 yards. Once again, one play of 15 yards, and the chance of scoring a touchdown goes up immensely. So then we'll go to, and I know on their final touchdown they had big plays. 14-yard run, 2-yard run, 11-yard pass, 3-yard run, 10-yard penalty, 12-yard run, 19-yard pass. Actually had an incompletion. Oh, my goodness. 5-yard penalty, 15-yard pass, 19-yard touchdown. So they had 3 plays on their final drive of 15 yards or more. So you see, how unbelievably important it is to get those big plays in there, right? The Giants had one run of 10 yards or more, right? Let's see here. What do we got here? The Giants had, let's see now. And I know they had, let's see, a box score. I know they had a couple pass plays, obviously, that were more than, let's see. Malik Neighbors had a 25-yard reception. Wandale Robinson had a 20. Let's see here. Russell Wilson had a 15-yard run. Yeah. But, I mean, it's all, is it Russell Wilson's fault? Well, part of it because his age, his height. It's just he's in the pocket. He doesn't move around. Maybe he does take off, but he's not what he used to be. So part of it maybe is his fault. If you were able to give him a clean pocket, right, have him stand in there, right, results might have been a little bit different, but it certainly wasn't all his fault. You can't give a short quarterback, right, pressure up the middle and expect them to do wonderful things. Right? You got to get that figured out. The thing is that every game is different. It's not, well, the Giants' offensive line stunk last week, so they're going to stink this week. Yeah, you don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But whatever they better get that. Yeah, damn well better get that figured out, because they can't. Where we at? Here we go. If they can't get their offensive line figured out, especially up the middle, they can't get that figured out. A lot of trouble. Once again, a lot of trouble.